in terms of accessing and using that data, I think the thought is that's going to be baked into Google Ads. That's if you're using, say, Performance Max, if you're doing automation within Google Ads, the thought is Google Signals is going to be sending additional data to help us drive better performance there. So I don't know that we access it as advertisers. That's kind of this broader trend of just Google and I would say most platforms are driving more and more toward automation, but particularly Google, when you're running ads, we don't have the bells and whistles and levers we used to, and it's pretty frustrating as a PPC advertiser. So more and more is being automated. Like the keyword matching is not as specific as we used to have in terms of exact match, phrase match, even modified phrase match has been gone for a while. So it's like we've lost a lot of power there. And then even what's happening with bidding, and even frustratingly, I think, they're kind of mixing in search, shopping, display, YouTube. Like when you run Performance Max, it's doing everything, including search branded and non-branded. Unless you're removing your brand as a negative keyword. Sometimes you have to work with Google rep to do that. So in general, the challenges around Google advertising, I think, to answer Joey's question, it's turn this on if you can. I don't see issues with doing that piece. I don't know about other privacy policies we necessarily need to follow. I could be wrong on that piece, but I would say turn those things on and then, see if that's helping inside your Google ad performance.
Thanks, Eagan. I had just heard from some other people that it's really like risky to turn these on. Like for the last one that says acknowledge, that's the one where you have to acknowledge that you have privacy policy on your privacy policy information regarding remarketing. And as soon as you turn that on, then your remarketing audiences get sent to Google Ads. If you don't turn it on, then you get no remarketing audiences. And then that setting is basically saying like make sure you have privacy policy information. So for that third bottom one, one's pretty clear. But then the other two at the top, the other two with those toggles, they're really unclear. And I had just heard, but then very vaguely from another like founders meeting that like they were like, talk to a privacy policy expert, whatever that means. I don't even know what a privacy policy expert is, but I don't know. Like I want to turn it on because I totally get it. It fuels the black box of targeting, but it's just so unclear what implications there are. So I don't know. Yeah,
great question. And again, I'm not a legal expert here, so I won't speak on that side of it, but I will also say retargeting is pretty standard, right?
And that's the third one, and that one's clear, right? But it's just the other two. Yeah, so the third box where it says acknowledged in my screenshot, there used to be a toggle box there sorry, I didn't open the thing up. When you open it, it basically says clearly, make sure you have privacy policy information regarding remarketing on your privacy policy page. That one, it's super clear. It says, this is what you need. Once you toggle it, it says acknowledged, and then it allows your remarketing audiences to be sent to, or any audience. Before you toggle that, no audiences can be sent to Google Ads. So yeah, that bottom part where it says acknowledged, that means that you've toggled it, you have privacy policy information on, and that's like Google's protection saying, you are acknowledging that we told you need privacy policy information, right? And then I just get ChatGPT to make me a privacy policy statement, put it on the privacy policy page, done. But the other two, it doesn't say what you need. It's so confusing. Like for granular location device data, and then there's one above that as well. On mine there's two, but anyways, and those are the two that I heard they're risky to turn on. I don't really know much outside that, but I heard it's like you really need to have your bases covered, and it's mostly for like big enterprise businesses that have legal departments. I don't know much more than that, but
and that's my feeling too. Of if you're Nike or something, we probably need this buttoned up, right? I think I'm not worried in terms of turning these on, and the fact that if you're running ads to a website that has a privacy policy, that's pretty standard stuff. It lets them know you remarket. To me, I feel comfortable with that. Like I'm not concerned there.
So you turn those other two on.
Oh yeah. And one thing, and one other thing just to say about this is, you can also just remarket directly through Google Ads, and so if you've got your Google Ads tag running on all pages on your site, you can create audiences directly in there.
Mm-hmm.
Google Analytics seems to be implying we're gathering additional data here in terms of their location, their device, where they are, and things like that. But it's all Google, it's all Google tags. And so if you're concerned about this, like, just set up your remarketing audiences directly with the Google tag. You don't even necessarily need analytics to do that. That's always been an interesting option in the past, because you could get into more detailed things of someone was on this page for this long and things like that. Like, if you really wanted to get granular, sometimes we would build audiences out in Google Universal Analytics. But in general, like, when we remarket, we're using Google Ads tags rather than Google Analytics tags.